Hello and welcome to Man's Model Moments. In my 2023 roundup at the end of December, and on a couple of live streams since, I've mentioned that I'm going to change what I do for channel members and Patreons this year. Now, Patreon has been very disappointing for me as a way of delivering meaningful ways of thanking those who support me, and with the introduction of channel memberships on YouTube, it became pretty much impossible to work any sort of reward scheme between both systems, what with pressures of producing content, working, and also running the shop. So I decided to change this completely for this year, and rather than trying to keep ahead of things and making a mess of it, I'm going to adopt the way some other channels that I follow do this, and make my rewards more manageable and based on the actual support you give me by making these more loyalty-based than upfront, as it were. Now, the first thing to say is that my private Discord group will remain, and that is something you can get immediate access to when you support me either through Patreon or YouTube channel membership. I tend to use Discord more than any other social media platform, so it's the best way of getting access to me directly, whether that's to ask for advice, get advance notice of videos or sneak peeks, and so on. The other thing that will also continue to happen are the giveaways. Now, I've not done one of these recently, but that's more because of time constraints than anything else, because of the pressures of running the shop and the channel as I mentioned before. These will continue to be open to anybody through subscription, but those who support me will continue to get automatic submission with multiple entries depending on how long you've supported me and your support level. What I am shaking up a bit more is everything else. At the moment, I'm not able to do regular videos for members only, mainly because of those other time constraints I mentioned. Also, the way YouTube handles early releases for members is really clunky, and to be honest, I far prefer to release videos on a premiere that I can have a chat with people on, so I'd rather make members aware in advance of the premiere through the Discord and have the discussion with everyone there, if that makes sense. I'd also love to send stickers and other things to everyone that just joins the channel, no matter for how long, but realistically, with international shipping rates as they are at the moment, this would be pretty cost prohibitive pretty quickly, and it's also really hard to track if people join, then drop out for whatever reason, and then come back. And what if somebody changes tier? Do I then send the upgraded stuff as well? Now, in theory, Patreon does all of this automatically, but I found it's unreliable and I wasn't happy with the quality of what was sent. You may also have noticed that I've removed my thank you screen for patrons and channel members from the end of my videos. This is not because I don't value your support, quite the opposite, but I don't think a screen at the end of the video, usually when everybody has already dropped off, really does justice to your support. However, with two support platforms at different tiers and people joining and leaving, maintaining that one slide became actually a barrier to me putting out videos, which I'm sure my supporters didn't intend as an outcome. So instead, I'm going to change this in future videos and have a list of my supporters mid-roll somewhere, just a simple alphabetical list that I can add to so it doesn't slow down the video output, and your support gets more visibility and recognition, but removing that hierarchy and putting it into rewards instead. Finally, I want to give back to those who support me. But in making criticisms of things like the Airfix Club, I don't want people to end up with just the same things each time either. So what I'm going to do is create different tier rewards for each year of support that you give me. So that means that after 12 months of supporting me at a tier level, I will send out your support pack based on how you supported me. I think this makes it much more personal and tailored to how and when you've supported the channel. It also accounts for changes in tier because the reward is based on an annual contribution. So if you had to pause support or change tiers because of personal circumstance, it's not like you're not eligible, and if you suddenly come into some money and want all the goodies, you can always bump up your tier to do just that. So for the past year, the entry tier would receive stickers and patches based on the channel and the challenges that I've introduced. Higher level supporters would get an embroidered t-shirt or apron, and I'm also be providing kits as part of those bundles too. As these will be thank yous based on a year of support, it mitigates postage, so I can offer these to everyone, not just my UK supporters. Of course, I'll review these each year and adjust what I'm doing for supporters as my time and obligations change going forward. Now, if the channel does become big enough to support me more financially in the future, then these benefits might of course change, if I get time to do a dedicated members-only video each month, for example. So that's pretty much it for this video, but I wanted to be clear about the reasons why I've got to this point and what things are going to look like in the future here on the channel. A huge thank you goes to everyone who is supporting me at the moment. And if you're considering doing so, then I hope that this video has clarified things. At the end of the day, I don't want to disappoint anyone, least of all those who have actively and materially helped me.
That's all for this instalment of Man's Model Moments. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel for more like it, and share this video with others you think would also enjoy it. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and if you're feeling generous, then I also have a Patreon, which is absolutely the best way of helping me to grow the channel and produce more content like this. With that, I hope you have plenty of modelling moments of your own, and I look forward to welcoming you on the next video.